Wars may be fought with weapons, but they are won by men. It is the spirit of men who follow and of the man who leads that gains the victory. General George S. Patton. I'm sure most of you have heard of Patton, either from the movie or simply from your history book. Many see him as a soldier who fought in World War II, a man who used excessive profanity in his speeches, and a general who ended up slapping a soldier. But many don't understand why he did what he did. Growing up, my dad was a history buff. He loved to talk about Patton and taught me as much as he could about his idol, including making me sit through the 10-hour-long movie on his life. In all reality, it's actually only 3 hours long, but it seems a lot longer when you're only 6. I recently wrote a paper on Patton for history class, and although I'm not a huge history fan, I actually did find him quite interesting. General Patton is one of the most recognized military leaders in United States history, and he gained his notoriety through his eccentric ways and his unwavering leadership of the men underneath him. Born November 11, 1885 in San Gabriel, California, he was known as Georgie by close friends and relatives. He knew from a young age that he wanted to be in the military. According to the official website of General George S. Patton, which is written by his family and his family friends, his intrigue started after hearing stories of his ancestors who had fought in the Civil and Revolutionary Wars. He was homeschooled by his father until attending the Virginia Military Institute for 1 year before transferring to West Point. Although nowadays he's considered a military genius, he actually had to repeat his first year at West Point due to failing grades in math and English, now attributed to possible dyslexia. After his graduation from West Point in 1909, he was given commission in the 15th Cavalry Regiment and experienced his first battle under General Pershing in the pursuit of Pancho Villa. After serving under Pershing in Mexico, Patton was stationed in France and became the first officer of the newly formed United States Tank Corps. During his time in France, he proved his ability to lead soldiers no matter what the consequences were. In September 1918, Patton led 350 tanks into the Battle of St. Mihiel, where he commanded the men from the front lines while subjecting himself to enemy fire. In the article Biography General George S. Patton, Tavon Pettinger says, as he led his soldiers to victory, he was shot through the leg, but recovered quickly, and went on to take part in the Meuse-Argonne Offensive, which was one of the last campaigns of World War I. Besides his heroic leadership, he is known for his image and his motivational speeches that many say led to the success of the soldiers under his command. In the article World War II, George S. Patton, Kennedy Hickman says Patton was often seen wearing a well-shined helmet, cavalry boots and pants, and carried 2 ivory pistols. And his speeches were often laced with profanity and full of graphic detail that ended up leading to the utmost confidence in his men. Patton was an excellent military leader and knew how to get his men to perform at the highest of standards, but he was mainly known for his rougher side. In 1943, while Patton was serving in Italy during World War II, a young private named Charles Cole was admitted to the hospital for shell shock. When Patton heard of this, he decided to pay Private Cole a visit. When he got there, Patton began to yell at the young man, calling him a coward, among other things, before proceeding to slap him across the face. Private Cole recovered from shell shock and his run-in with Patton, but according to History.com, President Eisenhower demanded Patton release a public apology for the infamous slapping incident. Although eccentric and unorthodox, Patton was an excellent leader and knew how to elicit the best out of his men. From his blood and gut speeches to the way he presented himself, Patton has gone down in history as one of the most memorable and passionate military leaders of all time.